Yep.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Everybody please stand. Madam Clerk, pledge.
Yeah, what? Yeah, what? Bow our heads, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and for your blessings, and thank you for coming to the meeting, the commissioner's meeting, Heavenly Father. And Father, let us go into it with open minds and open hearts and do what's best for the county. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda.
Holiday schedule.
Okay. I'm going to add that to the items for consideration.
Yes. I'll make that motion, that amendment.
Second.
Josh made a motion for the holiday schedule for the year 2026. 22nd. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Anything else? Okay. Other comments? Nothing? Okay. Need approval for the minutes of November 4th, 2025.
I'll make that motion.
Todd has made a motion.
I feel there needs to be a bunch of corrections on it. It don't truly dictate the meeting. Couple of things that got mentioned, not even minutes will be.
Corrections, you say?
Yep.
Everyone?
Well, there's a bunch of stuff got left out. What was the bunch? Toward everything towards the end of the meeting. Don't trigger. So minutes can be a court document. So if you ever get sued or whatever down the road, the minutes can be used in that. We don't truly state what happened at the meeting. Just my opinion.
I'm going to have to see what you're talking about.
Well, got it.
Have you revised to include these things you said were mentioned? You got to figure that out.
No, I haven't.
Well, yes, sir.
There's no requirement for a public agency to keep minutes of the meeting, but if they are kept, they are available for public inspection and copy. They're provided to the commissioners for review prior to your approval today. So I recommend that the commissioners, if they have any revisions or corrections, when you get those minutes, that you respond back to the auditor so she can review those. Minutes are just a summary, they're not to be verbatim. So, but if there are any errors, then just be sure that you make those available today during the meeting or before the meeting and make sure.
Okay.
That being said, I'll second that motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. You want to make a revision in that then?
I will write it down again.
Claims and payroll.
Motion to approve claims and payroll.
Second.
Todd made a motion, Tony second. Okay, let's, all right. Can I put you on the spot here this morning?
Sure.
Would you explain this to us?
Explain
So opioid funds were distributed as part of a class action lawsuit against the drug companies, and the courts determined how much money the drug companies had to pay in for their overprescribing of opioids over the years. And so that money is coming in a little at a time, and so it's being then sent to the states, and then the states are distributing part of that money to the counties. And so the process was that it was given to the commissioners were supposed to decide who got the opioid money. Some of the money is restricted funds, meaning it has to be used for programs that are opioid based. Part of the money is used for unrestricted funds, where you can use it for pretty much anything.
So can I ask you right there, what is the difference between the two? I read it, but I didn't understand restricted and unrestricted.
Sure. Restricted funds, it has to be a program that's actually in some nation being used for people who have opioid issues, or like, for instance, we can use it for classes in the jail, for people who are being arrested for opioid or drug charges, things like that. Anything directly related to some kind of substance abuse opioid would be considered under the restricted, whereas unrestricted you can use for anything.
See, you're asking.
So today, the JRAC Board has had a meeting, and an application came in from Project Lifesaver, which Joe Kessler is part of, and it was asking for $2,000 to be paid out of the unrestricted funds. The program that they are operating is not a new program they have operated in the past. It is geared towards children with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and to the older population with dementia and Alzheimer's that have a tendency to wander. The project is asking for $2,000 to be used to continue to purchase bracelets and other items that they need to continue to operate their project that they have started. So I have brought Joe with me if you have some questions for him about the project, because I honestly knew just a little about it when this application came in, and him and Amanda Yake have been very well at explaining any questions we've had as they went through the JRAC Board's process.
So how many bracelets do you use?
Right now we have 7
Seven.
on the program. Throughout the past 2 to 3 weeks, I have got an influx of phone calls, people asking about it, wanting to put their child on it and an older adult on it. And right now we only have 2 spares. I like to keep 1 spare in case one breaks, because from time to time they will break. They get worn off. So my fear is if we get an influx of new people that want to be put on this program, we're going to be behind and have to order this stuff, and they're going to have to sit and wait until we get it. So with some funding here, with your help, we can buy some and have them sitting and prepared for when somebody wants to be put on the program. All I gotta do is get you set up and they're we're going.
So how much is it, bracelet?
About between $400 and $500. And they come in kits, a starter kit. So it comes with 12 bracelets. It comes with the device and the transmitter, and it comes with everything that you would need to function for a year.
So who monitors the bracelet?
I monitor the bracelets every 60 days. I have to go change the batteries. So every 60 days, they get a new band that holds the tracking device in place, and they get a new battery.
So this cut back on like silver wires and stuff like that, I saw on this morning.
It helps with stuff like that. Anybody that can go. So like she said, children with developmental issues, adults with Alzheimer's, dementia, anybody that could wander off, helps us to locate them quicker for a safe return to the family.
So you just need our permission to release the funds, is that it?
That's correct. We just
You're not asking for money, right?
No, the money has already been appropriated, so it is sitting there, and it will cover the $2,000 in the unrestricted fund that they're asking.
I think it's a no-brainer. I'll make a motion to allow them to release the funds to supplement this additional need that they have.
I'll second that.
Todd's made a motion, Tony second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Since we got you though, I've been asked a few questions about what kind of program do we have at the jail right now that helps people to find jobs afterwards or recovery and all that. It's been a couple people have actually asked me, and I don't know how to answer that.
I can tell you that we currently have substance abuse classes going on in the jail that are being funded through the community corrections grant that I am using to run Washington County Community Corrections. Those classes are being funded through our place. I have a contract with them, and they have an instructor that goes in there twice a week and has classes with the inmates. It's kind of a beginning step towards their recovery before they get out and actually do classes with my program. It's a beginning step of that. So it's not a repeat of what they'll get when they're on probation. It's just kind of a beginning, start thinking about your recovery, becoming sober, things like that. And then if they're placed on probation in order to do alcohol drug classes, then that comes through the probation. I think there's GED
We
classes.
also have a GED class, and we also have, thriving. It's a rehabilitation program, to help give you a few tools upon your release, so.
I think they're helping some of the inmates find like residential placements to go to, 30-day programs once they get out, if they need that support once they're released from the jail.
So the release program, who does the final say on that?
Usually it's ordered by the court as to when the inmate is released. So it depends on when the inmate takes the plea agreement. Some end up wanting to get sent and go to the DOC. Others are released on probation, while others are released with no kind of supervision.
Okay. I appreciate you explaining it. We may ask you again next year.
That's all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Aggie? Zeno? Getting good. Oh, the first name, but the second. How are you?
Good, how are you? You want to just explain what we're voting on today, or you guys are voting?
No, I mean, well, I think, I talked to JRAC Kirschner, he was willing to accept that position, June Henry,
For June Hunter, yeah, he's,
Yeah.
we're going to place it, yes.
and he said he was willing to accept it.
Yeah, I talked to Jared as well on Friday, explained everything, he said he'd be interested in taking that spot.
And I would make a motion to accept JRAC Kirschner as a board.
As our second board member.
I'll second that.
I made a motion, Tony, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All,
We had, the holiday schedule.
sorry.
The holiday schedule for 2026 has, I believe there's 13 days, plus each employee gets their birthday off as well in the month of their birthday. The holiday schedule is January 1st, which is New Year's Day, January 19th, Martin Luther King Day, April 3rd, Good Friday, May 5th, election, May 25th, Memorial Day, July 3rd, 4th of July, September 7th, Labor Day, November 3rd, Election Day, November 11th, Veterans Day, November 26th and 27th is Thanksgiving, December 24th, Christmas Eve, and December 25th, Christmas.
I make a motion to accept that.
Second. Tony made a motion, Todd second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Yeah. All in favor?
Right there.
Yeah.
Commissioners meetings for 2026.
So Commissioners, the meeting dates for 2026, they have executive session at 8 o'clock and their open session is at 9. The dates for the meetings for next year are January 6th and January 20th, February 3rd and 17th, March 3rd and 17th, April 7th and 21st, May 5th, 19th, June 2nd and 16th, July 7th and 21st, August 4th and 18th. The budget hearings will be the 25th through the 27th, if the council approves that. September 1st and 15th, October 6th and 20th, November 4th and 17th, and December 1st and 15th.
I have one question, actually to May and November, then we're actually following election day, which is the holiday. Should we push them back to the Wednesday to coincide with the holiday?
We have always known like this, it's never been an issue, our meetings.
I'm just asking,
I mean, it's never caused an issue to my knowledge. In the 12 years I've been here.
I'll look and make sure. I'll have a second.
So you want to table this till the next meeting? Do you accept it?
We can do the holiday schedule.
Yeah.
And just adjust the meeting schedule.
They're having problems. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
And then when it falls, I can just adjust.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll double check the calendar.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the holiday schedule.
Yeah.
I've already done that, so. Same will be,
Yes.
commissioners.
I think the confusion came into play because on the, those are our election days on Tuesday, for the primary and general. But in the time past, it became on the municipal elections, they weren't honored. So that's where the confusion came in. Our offices are all closed, and of course, my employees were running the elections. And before municipality elections, I had to get a court order to shut my office down because we can't be open for business and run an election.
For the election, the May 5th one is the one that I probably will need to move to the 6th.
You said November 6th.
The May 5th
May.
is probably the one I hear, the one that goes. I'll change that. But the November one is okay.
Yes, it is.
Good morning. First, I want to apologize for my abrupt leaving there, the last meeting there. My dad had a little health issue. I want to apologize formally to you all. Quick update on the BOT project. The office on the inside, we got wood trim, we got vinyl trim for the flooring, windows, and around the base. Drywall was in like yesterday to do a touch up for final painting. The electric is complete in the conference room coming out to the office area. We think that all the cover and get everything energized out there. Plumbing contractor is supposed to be there this week for the rest of the week, and he's going to work on not only the office but the mechanics garage and also the wash bay. He's going to be jumping around for mixed salt building. It's completely framed up. It's got the salt deterrent panel on the interior walls. The electric has been roughed in up to the wall. They still need to set a small panel and then set a few lights and the saw building will be completed. On the mechanic shop, if you've been out there, you've seen all the walls up, the metal siding on the walls. Again, the plumber was gonna be there today, to start on his rough ends and bring the lines out throughout the building. The electrician set his panels yesterday on the inside. Overhead doors are installed. There may be one that they have a little framing that they needed done, but, they got most of them up out of the 10. I only have 9, I think, installed. We have built the firewalls on the inside, or the one we are still actively building. But that was the 3-hour wall. Site concrete is about 99% done. I say 99 because there might be an HVAC pad that's needed or some other little pad equipment. So basically, it's pretty well complete. Their pad that comes up will pour, but as far as I know, we're pretty close to having all that completed. We've been out there, we've graded the site, trying to get it all drained over the catch basins, actually looking pretty sharp, and getting ready for the 2,400 tons of pavement. The gas line coming down from Bex Mill Road is about 70% in. We still got to pour Bex Mill Road to do the tie-in, and we're up to, a couple hundred feet north of the site before it comes into the site. So that's kind of the site work. Last week, I was having talked to Phil about also, there was a question about the truck lean to, and that it is 24 days instead of 30, and, there is, some additional funds there which we can use, we're using it for changes in scope, such as the bond, fiber optic. I will give you a complete rundown of that. Just back to date, work for the first day today, so probably by Thursday I'll give you the complete rundown. I'll requested it, and Chris requested it, so I'll give you the complete breakdown of where all the funds are for all the scope changes that we added doors, added light poles, changed the record here and there. I'll just listed all three, I think, of where we are at.
So do you have electric energized to the office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you expect on the gas, you said about 70% done.
Yes. A little bit rockier than we expected on that side of the road.
See that?
So yeah, about 70% done. We will still need Midwest Gas to set the meter on the building, and then also do their connection up there on the north side of Bex Mill Road where their main is. So yeah, it's pretty close. They've been right there with us, helping us make sure the dating's correct and everything.
So basically what we got is we need to get the gas in before we can do some finals on some of the buildings. Only also heating.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes. And we'll get a couple days this week, we'll be real close.
Generators, we kind of notified them to when they're starting.
And that's Williams, is that correct?
Yeah. And we did, got the heating in the office, in the shop area office. And he's got the 2 things there. He did say something the other day about the firewall from the attic or the garage, Friday, I think, breaker. He said that there was a 200 firewall up in the attic and he finished with hanging window doors.
Okay, yes, that was a pretty hard. Yeah, that's what I was saying, that was a door that couldn't be hung because it needs another brace or something different right there. Okay. Yeah, I talked to Gray over there on Friday about that. That's one something.
Well, hanging there on the window. Hopefully you'll see those songs for a while.
Very good.
And again, we are sorry for your father.
Thanks.
Appreciate your work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Karen?
I did want to bring up we have been working on the salary ordinance for next year, looking at payroll. There normally is 26 days in a year. This year, the way the calendar falls, there will be, for 2026, there will be 27 days. So everyone's salary remains the same, it's just will be spread out over 27 instead of 26. And there will be three paychecks that will not have deductions taken out. There will be 3 months there that there's extra pay in the month. So
Okay, thank you. Rick?
Yep.
Almost got time to skip you.
Well, I was gonna let you know.
How's Rick is going?
Oh, not too bad about yourself. Got a few updates for you, nothing too big. We have submitted our 2025 community crossings cleanout paperwork. That should be wrapped up. We have submitted our 2026 community crossings application and applied for the maximum 1 million. Bridge 61 on Baylor Road has been advertised. The bid opening will be December 16th, so might make a note, there'll be some bids showing up at the auditor's office. Down at the Highway 150 and Radcliffe Road intersection, had a few issues to address there. They're working on the design and the utility relocation, and that'd be a couple months out, so we're just kind of waiting out. This will be a long drug out, most likely 2027 project, but we're still hoping for late 26, but I don't know how likely that is.
They actually figured on doing there.
To simplify it, we'll just add a lane to the, I guess it'd be the west, and widen that road towards the hardware store. When you come in off 150, it'll just be completely widened towards the store, basically a turn lane. It'll be 24 feet wide now, you're probably looking at 17-ish.
So just extending the lane there.
Yeah, basically, opening up the turning radius a good bit. Now the trucks, they don't have any problem going to the west, but if they come up there, it's a tight turn to go towards Palmyra if there's no traffic, and if there's traffic coming in, they really don't have a chance. Had another truck get down and get hung up there about 2 weeks ago.
Got plenty of pictures showing us in like that with folks.
Yeah, it's something we need to address. And
They always send them to me when they're doing.
we got the ball rolling. Like I say, maybe the end of 26, early 27, got some trees to take out. And I think one of the things we have no control of will be the utility relocation. That'll be on their schedule. So we're working on it.
Is that new fire up to there?
I believe so.
I think it is.
We got our trucks ready for snow. Little storm coming in today that kind of backed off on the severity, so I got my fingers crossed there, they're right. Everything else is just normal business, no big updates. If you need anything, let me know. I may or may not answer, but give me a call.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. Okay.
No.
Brad?
Yes, sir.
That. That being said, I mean, motion for adjournment.
Second.
All right, make a motion, Tom second, all in favor, say aye.